And so we'll all settle in, find somewhere safe, somewhere comfortable, and allows you to relax in the way that only you know how. And I'm currently smudging, using a smoke clearing to ground myself. And I originally had thought I would do this with video on, but no one else has video on, so I did my hair for nothing. But I think it's nice also to just be a voice inside the room without the external distraction of what sight brings. Shavasana is the pose of Nidra, and it works so well because the mind is constantly tethered to, am I safe? So if you lay on your back and support yourself, maybe the backs of the thighs, the back of the head, underneath the hips can get really heavy. It won't show up at the beginning of practice. It'll probably show up at the end. So if you feel like there might be some dis-ease come in, I would say to wrap your blanket around and make sure that it pads the sacrum gently. And the neck position is very important too, because we can get caught up in indulging in comfort. So that's a much more plush pillow than we actually need. You want to make sure that the back of the neck is long and that the chin is slightly tucked towards the throat. And I almost don't want to say that, because if you tuck it too much, this actually blocks an energetic line. So we want to have just a gentle tuck of the chin so that the chin isn't flaring up, leaving the throat very open and exposed. Because counter to what some of us are trying to protect, our throat chakra, our truth, very often we leave it open, vulnerable, and exposed in environments that are going to support that we need to hide who we are and hide our truth. The arms and legs are going to be about equal width apart from the body. And to play with this and how the mind starts to map the body, have one arm or one leg a little bit further out than the other, and then close your eyes. And notice how the mind can't leave that one particular area. It keeps going into it. There's something wrong here. Something needs to be corrected. And that might not be your internal voice, but the mind is definitely mapping that outside of what is symmetrical. And as you set up, start to breathe deeper, more intentionally. And when I say that, I know that that can be frustrating for a lot of people, is that my breath is always flowing. Of course, I'm always breathing. But when I'm asking you to breathe intentionally, I'm asking you to breathe beyond your normal breath pattern, maybe taking it down into the belly, taking it longer than you typically would. And as you exhale, unless we're highly stressed and have to have a significant output, most of us are not sighing as we breathe out. So using that big dramatic exhale sigh to drop you into your body, and notice how your body works to let go of its weight and the floor works to support you. And there is something going to be different for everybody inside this practice. What you cling to and what you remember, what you forget, all of it has meaning. And there is only one person who can decode it, and that person is you. And the rest of us can witness, we can mirror, but all of this deeper work is happening internally, and a lot of it will show itself inside of the Nidra practice that you may not be able to make sense of right away. Many times things come through as symbolism or a feeling, that may not have a memory attached to it. And that's because you have actually never allowed it to become conscious. It's been repressed, tucked away, refused, denied. But that doesn't mean that it's not there in your cells. Your cells are constantly working to protect you from it. And the beautiful aspect of this practice, which makes it so incredibly safe and comforting, is that when we completely dissolve the body of tension, tension means that we're in our egoic mind, which is attached to all of our preferences. I like to call it the righteous mind. How you grew up, what you determined was good, what you determined was bad. We're constantly in a state of going towards pleasure, running away from pain. That's the egoic mind. When you dissolve the body of tension, the egoic mind is not there anymore. It's like a cage releases around the mind, and it becomes more of a tool for use instead of a robotic tool that is operating you. While you're setting up, I want you to be really aware of, I like this, I don't like that, and just acknowledge it. Having a blanket over the body, it will keep the temperature pretty equal throughout the practice. If you do that, it is suggested and strongly encouraged, but not, again, mandated, to have the arms out with the palms turned up. And this isn't going to be for everybody, because some of us have such internally rotated shoulders, and you'll notice right away if this is a strain. And that is a protection again. The shoulders are closing in over the heart. So you could take a deeper breath in and see if you could draw your shoulder blades towards the spine, a slight lift of the clavicle, and then see if anything changes there. And even attaching that longer, slower breath that tells the nervous system, it's okay for me to be here. I'm safe here. And then some of you may just flatten out like a pancake, just completely be so open. And all of that is okay too. And I'll take a few moments to breathe into the energy of what this particular group needs. So let's connect in breath. Take a full inhale. And then an open mouth sigh, letting that go. And let's do 3 to 4 more of those while I feel into the collective. There's a lot shifting for this group. There's actually quite a bit of identity awareness here today. Who am I? Is this really true? And that's what the question is we're going to ask today. And I commend you for starting your day this way. Most people wake up with a belief attached to whether I slept good or not, and that just kind of spirals through their day, magnetizing whether it was good or bad throughout their day. And right here, right now, I want you to identify an emotion or a feeling that's happening for you, and just to follow it to its truth. What is the truth behind this emotion? What is the source? Where is it guiding me? And then breathe in space for it to land, whether you like this emotion or don't. Make space for it to land inside your body. It's not going anywhere. The more that we try to squeeze it out of our body, the more it is pushing its way back in. And this can be quite a bit like a wild animal. You give it space and it is peaceful, it is free. But you try to encroach on its territory, push it out, and it will retaliate. It will come back, and it will keep coming back. And we'll now begin the practice of Yoga Nidra. Starting with closed eyes to turn the vision inward towards your heart. Begin to become aware of the pulsing that exists underneath your skin, flooding through your muscle body, and that which is going all the way into the marrow of the bone. Become aware of the weight of your skeleton and how it is in a constant state of holding, wrapped tightly by the fascial layer. All of you connected, yet separate. And there has been some speak of the fascial layer being our connection to otherworldly source, the light. Most of us have become stagnant in our day with our work schedules, not moving enough, creating a stickiness between the fascial layer and the muscle body, impeding our movement, our mobility, and our minds. See if you could visualize water moving between the fascial layer and the muscle body, beginning to free yourself of any rigidity that is created in the mind and manifested through the body. If you could have a conversation with your fascial layer, why am I so stuck? Allow it to speak. And go into the bloodstream. And we go deeper and deeper. The body becomes softer and softer. The breath also softer and softer. Breath and body mirroring each other. Go into the bloodstream. Where am I flowing and where am I restricted? And you'd feel your body from head to toe. Crown. Interior of the mouth. Very center of the throat. Shoulders, each finger, your rib cage and beyond, belly, hips hold on to so much. See the blood flow through there like a wave hitting the sand, lapping against the beach, creating so much power and intensity. And then feel this power and intensity go down through your legs into the very foundation of where you were made and where you stand. And open the soles of your feet. And feel your breath move through the soles of your feet. Open your heart. And feel your breath move through the very center of your heart. Open your ears to listen without having an opinion, a judgment. Open your ears to be curious. Keep the physical eyes closed and open the inner vision to truly see. It is here where we will call in the Sankalpa, a heart bow, a longing and a desire for what our cells remember. This is something that is not separate from you right now. It is something that has been conditioned out of you through social programming, family, tradition, the way we grew up, experiences that have shaped us. You have never been separate from this, but it may feel as though you have never had it. So call in that one thing that you have desired, and it may be that you have truly desired to be safe throughout your life. If you've experienced a lot of unsafe events, experiences, and this could have even happened in the womb. Call in love if it feels like you have been lacking love. Call in joy. I am. I am is the statement with current attachment. It's not something that you are longing for or suffering for. It already is. And you can believe that. There's been a time where you were eternally whole. Your first breath is a baby. I am, whether it be loved, valued, safe, seen, joy. 3 times. Speak to your heart in only the language that it understands. I am, I am, I am. And as human beings go, we think that we have to control, that I have to hang on to my Sankalpa in order for it to manifest, but that actually goes against the magnetizing of it. We're calling it home because we believe it already is so. We don't have to work to make it so. We don't have to deserve it. We don't have to suffer for it. It already is. I am. Try to soften the body with each point we visit. As we go through what is known as Annamaya Kosha in the practice of Yoga Nidra, the layers of self. The physical body. And sometimes I pull in the energy body, so don't allow that to disrupt you by attaching to this isn't right or this is wrong. Just try to stay as present as possible, as open as possible, and as aware as possible. We'll begin the practice of rotation of consciousness on the right-hand side of the body. Make our way through the entire right side of the body, beginning at the hand, the palm. And the palm is an energetic resource for us, especially through the right side of receiving, giving. The right side is devoted to giving energy. So feel that energy rise up through the palm, your physical body, and then become aware of the warmth, the dense energy as it moves into your auric body, your ether body. And feel your forefingers and your thumb awaken as the brain maps. Thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger. Feel your whole hand, thumb and all 4 fingers. And even imagine as though the hand is squeezing without the physical body making any energetic or physical shifts. See if you can picture it in your mind. Feel it in your body. And feel the pull of the forearm as the fist squeezes tighter. Bring your awareness up your forearm, the strength of the muscle, the tone of your skin, into the joint of your elbow, And become aware of how the bicep molds itself to the bone, which creates support for the shoulder. Go into the shoulder joint, and especially if you experience pain there, go right to the pain or the center of weakness that your shoulder is experiencing. And feel a blue glow healing through the shoulder, over the clavicle bone, through the muscle of the tops of the shoulders, connecting to the back of the throat, where the spine meets the skull. And then, just like a slide as a child, feel your awareness drop from the very base of the skull all the way down the spine, lighting up the whole right side body through the abdomen, rib cage, breast, clavicle, whole right arm, entire upper body, right side, glowing blue, healing light. And you might see some areas brighter or darker than others. Remain aware and present. Feel as the spine turns into the fused bones of the sacrum, dipping into the pelvic bowl. The wave of the ocean arriving again as this healing blue energy makes its way through your right hip socket into the center of your femur, outward through the muscle body, skin, upper right leg, lower right leg, all 5 toes, and the very soft sole of your feet. Become aware of the arch of your foot. Bring all of your awareness there. Feel your breath pull up through the arch of your foot, breathing blue energy through the whole right side body, whole right side body, whole right side body. There may be a pulse, an internal knowing, and you may feel aspects of the brain awaken. Go to the skull, the interior of the skull. See the brain light up at the same time as the right side body is awake and aware. We'll shift awareness to the left side body. Notice where you landed. Now pull awareness to the left palm. Quiet your mind to stay present. Just under the surface of sleep, outside of the reach of logic and knowing, to really move into the knowing that already exists. Become aware of the energy that goes beyond the left palm skin, through ether and auric, and become aware of the energy of receiving. Feel yourself pull in energy from around you. Develop the skill to separate what is and is not yours. Become curious as all four fingers and thumb radiate in healing energy. Baby finger, ring finger, middle finger, index finger, your thumb, imagine the intensity of the muscle required to squeeze your left palm closed as hard as you can. Feel that travel up through the strength of your forearm, the onboarding of your left elbow joint, bicep to bone, bone into shoulder, fully supported by muscle and tendon. Go right into the rotator cuff. See it glow blue. Let the healing be warm. Feel it glide across the clavicle bone. Cool in the dip of the clavicle, touching all the way up to the muscle at the top of the shoulder, back of your neck, base of your skull. Slide this awareness all the way down the spine, slow or fast, jagged or steady. Let this energetic awareness touch each vertebra as it is descending into the pelvic bowl, rebounding up, lighting everything on the left side, belly, rib cage, chest, left arm, back down the spine into the fused bones of the sacrum. Left side of the pelvic bowl. The strength of the ocean. The stirring of what is. Pressing into the hip socket. Into the marrow of your femur bone, radiating up through muscle, skin, and the upper left leg, lower left leg. All 5 toes. The soft skin on your sole, the arch of your foot. Feel the pull of the arch up into your body as it draws energy from below. Open the soles of your feet to breathe. Open your heart to breathe. Open your ears to listen. As each zone turns on, left side body awakens with brilliant blue light. Go into the skull. Highlight the portions of the brain that are now activated. Feel the left side of your body drop in surrender. The right side of your body respond. Left side body awake, soft, receiving. Whole left side body. Whole left side body. Whole left side body. Go to the back of the head. Feel the weight of your head. Soften your face. Heavy your body. Take that heaviness through shoulders, mid-back, low back, dropping more and more weight from each glute, left, right. Relaxing the muscles that wrap right and left legs. Letting your toes fall away from center. Feeling the tops of your toenails. The high arc of the top of your foot. The strong bone of your shin. The skin that wraps your upper and lower legs. The points of your pelvis, the softness of your belly. Feel the subtle protection of your rib cage, the strength and softness as it expands, contracts, and protects your heart, your lungs. Feel the intelligence of how your body was created as you go up through your throat to the bottom of your jaw. The high lift of your cheeks. The opening of your eyes to drop back deeper into the skull. The skull bones expanding, widening, softening, receiving. Whole body awareness. Whole body awareness. Whole brain, left and right hemispheres completely lit up. Pranamaya kosha through the physical body. Experience your breath. Breathe into right and left hemispheres of your brain. Feel as though the breath goes up through the nostrils, wraps the brain, pineal, pituitary, and washes it down your spine. Each breath in, traveling up, circling through, exhaling, pressing down. The energetic wash of the skull, the breath of life traveling in, the possibility of what is to come, communicating with the mind, reorganizing neural pathways, pressing out stagnant and stale thought, down the spine and out through the root. Take 10 washes of the skull, not trying to control what you're breathing in or pushing out, being present enough to see what is. 9. 8. 7. Follow your own breath, counting back to 0. Outside of the normal scope of Nidra, release the breath and welcome in the curiosity. What am I so afraid of? Manamaya kosha, the awakening of the mental body to stir up information to bring it to our conscious. Stay awake and aware but soft. Let your mind show you. Don't try to control what comes. Don't try to conjure an image. If nothing is coming, be aware of the sensations you're feeling. We'll move through a rapid visual of multiple objects, sensations, experiences. Light, dark, red, white, comfort, discomfort, love, hate, hot, cold, soft, hard, mother, father, alone, 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 moon, sun, stars, ocean, the sound of the ocean, the sound of your heart, the sound of your breath, the sound of you releasing, the sound of you releasing, the sound of you releasing. Vijnanamaya kosha. When the brain slows down enough to invite in the underworld of the un and subconscious, check your body for tension, actively relaxed. Go anywhere you choose. Don't force it. Where you are, whether it's in complete and total blackness, a vivid visual of swimming in the ocean, being consumed by quicksand, wherever you are, Allow yourself to be there. Without externalizing your senses, go through the inner sensory body. What do I see? Without onboarding logic, what does it mean? What do I taste? A taste that I remember that has a memory, a visual, an experience attached to it can come here. This may change your visual completely. Allow that. What do I smell? What is it that you're smelling? It's not nothing. There's something there. Go to that first time, the memory of that smell. You're awakening neurons inside the mind, the brain. They're already there. You don't have to do anything. Go into, what do I feel? This may be internally in an emotional experience or something that you are remembering how it felt. You can go there. You stay so soft in your body. What is it that I hear? You may be someone that hears messages from the outer world, the inner world, something you can't make sense of that makes sense only here. Maybe there is a song. What do I hear? See yourself where you are, exactly as you are. And now imagine, open to the possibility that this is all perfect. Not in the way that you are used to, the way that you have suffered for your whole life, that this needs to change or that needs to change. But what if exactly as you were was the idea of perfection? Now, what if you continued your suffering? That this had to change or that had to change. The same thing we've done our whole lives for the rest of your life. Can you see the addiction to the suffering? Can you see that it is you that is seeking? If you let your heart open to the possibility that this moment, this breath, this life is entirely perfect to create the magnetic frequency that the world needs from me. And if I relax the amount of self-hate, that I am opening a portal that connects me to all things that I am meant to touch, see, and heal. Feel your heart opening. There is so much that is stored in the pelvic bowl. Let the ocean wash it away. There is nothing more healing than water and salt. Now the ocean of the pelvic bowl begins to fill into the belly, cleansing away any impurities that block your creation. Relaxing the idea that the past has to be the future. And my current personality, my current role is all that I am. Allow the salt water to come up through the solar plexus just below the diaphragm. The identity is open to change, to shift, to grow, to evolve, to move. Who you were 5 minutes ago, who you were 5 years ago, all of that is very fluid unless we stay stuck and hanging on out of control, fear, scarcity. Allow the salt water to rise up to the heart, cleansing away any longing or suffering for what isn't, and being open to what is. Make this water rise and bubble, shift, move all the way up into the throat with no correlation to your breath. Continue breathing. The salt water washes away any dampening of your truth, who you are, who you want to be, letting go of who you were told to be or who you are safe being. And welcoming in this bold new experience of really living. Self-sabotage exists in the way we see the world, bringing the ocean up to the third eye. How is the way I see the world impacting the way I see myself? Through what lens do I see the world? That is how I see myself, and I cannot grow. Welcome in the change, the healing, the reparation. And when we are in our most fearful state, we are so deep into the pelvic bowl. And when we are in our fullest expression, we are high up into the skull and beyond. Anything is possible. Feel your inner eyes turn up towards the very crown of the skull, through the skull, beyond your skull, all the way out into collected consciousness, where I am you and you are me. Anything is possible here. The work that is done so high up needs a physical attachment Feel your breath, neck to united consciousness, and go all the way down into your individual state. Feel this energy in your hands and your feet as creation, as you are a conduit of creation. Whole body awareness. Whole body awareness. Begin to vibrate each cell of your being, both physical and energetic, as you call back the strength of remembering who you are. I am. 3 times, I am, I am, I am. No question mark at the end. As you become more aware of self, we'll journey through the inner sensory body to the external sensory body, moving from theta, delta, alpha, all the way into beta, back to the analytic of the mind. Feel your bones. Sense your bones. Feel your blood. Sense your blood. Feel your skin. Sense your skin. Slowly start to bring gentle movement in whatever way is speaking to you. And if that's stillness, that is the art of non-doing. But begin to awaken the mind. This is a really great opportunity for you to journal anything that came up for you in the practice, whether you were able to stay for the whole practice or weren't able to stay in the practice. Where did you exit? Where was difficult? If you fell asleep, the last thing you remember. And I'm so open to hearing back from you by emails. The practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat.